Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everything You Missed in Fallout the TV series on Amazon Prime. Thank you for the continued support. We're going to get right into it with the final episode, Episode 8, The Beginning. As Maximus is being brought back to the Brotherhood of Steel, we yet again get to see their base of operations above Philly, the Prydwen. When Cooper is dropping his wife off at work at Vault-Tek headquarters, we can see outside sweeping a Protectron. Protectrons were built by the company RobCo Industries and were sold inexpensively to consumers for whatever they may desire to use them for. Norm's foray into Vault 31 shows a brain on a Roomba as it's credited. This is actually a variant of a Robobrain. However, usually they have a full body with tank track legs to navigate around the world. They originated in Fallout 4. We have one of our biggest Easter eggs in the whole season shown in this underground Vault-Tek meeting where all the investors of these major companies come together. The leader of RobCo, Robert House, will be important later. West-Tek is known for creating the power armor as well as their research into the Forced Evolutionary Virus, or FEV, which, if you don't recall, was what created super mutants. Big MT, or Big Mountain Research, was a defense contractor known for their research into the spores and subsequent mutations in Vault 22. They debuted in the Fallout New Vegas DLCs. REPCONN was an aerospace systems company that also built weapons for the US government in their war against China. Run in flashbacks by CFO Julia Masters, they were eventually bought out by Robert House's company RobCo in 2075, which makes it interesting that they represent themselves at this meeting as they are actually under the umbrella of RobCo. Robert House makes a comment to another leader of one of the investors that they could lose money running a casino. This is funny because he actually runs the New Vegas Strip in Fallout New Vegas. A few minutes later, House makes another reference, this time to the documentary playing on the TV in Vault 32 about the rats eating each other. When Norm finally figures out the secret of Vault 31 and is told about Buds, we get to see Betty Pearson's Cryopod. She entered cryostasis October 20th, 2077, and was released from it February 16th, 2266, and entered Vault 33 shortly thereafter. We can also see that Hank McClane entered his cryostasis October 23rd, 2077, the day that the bombs fell, and was reactivated August 8th, 2268, 2 years after Betty was. Barb's pitch to the investors, stating that they could each have a handful, shows a huge map spread all over the United States, with a couple more vaults in Canada and Mexico. To date, the Fallout games themselves have actually only explored vaults in the northeastern portion of the United States, specifically in the Commonwealth, formerly known as Massachusetts, in Nevada in the areas of New Vegas and New Reno, formerly Las Vegas and Reno, and in the greater Los Angeles area. As the investors start throwing out ideas for the vaults that they are going to purchase, we hear a few that actually ended up coming to light in the games. Big MT pitches a vault that is purposely overcrowded. This is a reference to Vault 27, shown in the Fallout Bible. REPCONN pitches a vault run by robots. This eventually became Vault 51 and Fallout 76. West-Tek offers research into the eventual FEV. This is a reference to Vault 87 in Fallout 4, which eventually becomes overrun by the experiments of super mutants and centaurs. Big MT is back with another great idea of drugging their vault dwellers by pumping psychotropic drugs into the air vents. This is a reference to Fallout 3's Vault 106. But REPCONN has to counter back with their own great idea of separating parents from their children in Fallout 4's Vault 75. What we don't see reference to, but is important later, is Vault 21. Vault 21 was eventually taken over by RobCo, specifically Robert House, when he built his New Vegas Strip. We get a glimpse of a young Betty Pearson introducing a young Hank McClane to Cooper. Betty makes a great reference to the taglines for Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, that war never changes. The code that Hank enters to start the cold fusion reactor is 101097. This is a reference to the release date for the original Fallout game of October 10th, 1997. Norm gives us a nice peek at one of the pages of the list of Buds, and we get to see a few familiar names, specifically some of the past overseers of Vault 33. Patricia Peters, Alexander Bomer, Lawrence Ronald, Ian Jackson, who may have been overseer of 33 prior to Patricia Peters, Betty Pearson, and Hank McClane, as well as Stephanie Harper, one of the dwellers of Vault 33. The other names of Buds listed on the page are just random names and are not known references to anything in the Fallout lore. When the Brotherhood of Steel's Vertibird is being attacked by Moldaver's NCR forces, we can see a Nuka-Cola bobblehead on the dashboard. There's actually no video game equivalent to this, as it is unique to the series. However, this could be a reference to the Nuka-Cola mascot from Nuka World. Trekking to his destination after escaping Moldaver and the NCR forces, Hank passes a Deathclaw Skull. These are one of the deadliest enemies in all of the Wastes. Hank finally reaches a hilltop overlooking his destination, and we see one of the biggest and most recognizable cities in all of the Fallout games. This is New Vegas. And our world just got a whole lot bigger. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you noticed anything I missed, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. That was everything you missed in Season 1 of Amazon Prime Video's Fallout the TV series. But don't go anywhere yet, because we're going to have another video showing everything you might see in Fallout Season 2. And we'll see you in the Wastes.